and welcome to Thumbwind's End of the Road in Michigan podcast. Each week, we select one of our amazing stories about the Great Lakes region and the tip of Michigan's thumb. These are taken from Thumbwind.com and presented here so that you can listen to it anytime, anywhere. Today we have a tale from the Upper Thumb of Michigan. This when a small group of Jewish immigrants from Europe formed a farming community near the village of Verona. While the colony failed, many families stayed in the area and prospered. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's tale from the end of the road. Part 1: Forming the Michigan Jewish Colony of Palestine. During the late 1800s, there was a movement by wealthy barons in Europe to establish Jewish colonies all over the world. One of the barons was Baron de Hirsch, who made his fortune from Russia's railroads under the Tsar. Hirsch's solution was to establish colonies for Jewish agriculture. He established them all over the world. He purchased land in South America, North America, and Africa. He reached out and attempted to recruit thousands of Russian Jews to move to and populate those far-flung locations. In the United States, he established agricultural communities in the Dakotas, Tennessee, and New Jersey. In 1883, the Hebrew Relief Society of Detroit, assisted by the Baron de Hirsch Committee, settled a colony of Russian Jews in the Thumb. This new Michigan Jewish colony was located about 5 miles northeast of Bad Axe. They called their settlement the Palestine Colony. Part 2: Jewish Refugees in Europe. All the business arrangements for acquiring the property were overseen by Detroit Rabbi William Martin, a veteran stockbroker, and the agent for Frank W. Hubbard and Company, who sold 1,200 acres of land to the colony. It's interesting to note that the bank that sold and funded the colony was the Farmers Bank of Frank W. Hubbard. This bank was the forebearer of the Thumb National Bank and Trust Company that operates today. After the business arrangements had been completed, the members journeyed from Bay City in Detroit by covered wagon. They lived in the wagons and tents until their homes were built. Part of the land was swampy, there was considerable rainfall, and the colonists had the same taste of pioneer hardships that the Ora Labora colony had some 20 years prior. Part 3: The farming colony begins in Upper Michigan. The land purchased from Hubbard was divided into small farms of 40 and 60 acres. The ownership of the farms, after there had been a considerable dispute, was settled by lottery. Each farm was numbered and its number was written on a ticket which was placed in a hat. A child then drew out one number for each family, which represented their farm. Mr. Martin recalled a peculiar incident relating to the drawing of the farms. Two old patriarchs, Human Lewinberg and Samuel Eckstein, desired corner farms. They got down on their knees and prayed to God that corner farms located opposite each other be granted to them. The men were content to accept the last two numbers in the hat. As luck would have it, each had picked a number resulting in 2 corner farms, opposite each other. It was a fine example of what a little faith will do. The amount paid down on each farm was $50. Each member was also given a cow that was purchased with money from the Hirsch Fund. Larry Malloy earned his first $50 by returning a cow that strayed from the colony. We will be back after this short message. Welcome back. We will continue with Part 4. Yiddish was taught in Michigan's Upper Thumb. The community had an ardent desire to give the children thorough Jewish teaching into adulthood. Despite the hardships, the community founded a school, where the curriculum included Yiddish. A synagogue was also built close by. A shosheta, a person who has been specially trained and licensed to slaughter animals and birds in accordance with Jewish law, came from Saginaw, and for a few months during the summer. During the autumn of 1892, Reverend Charles Goodwin of Bay City was a spiritual leader, cantor, and religious teacher, acting in these various capacities without pay. The colony raised funds to erect a modest Talmud Torah building. At the Palestine Colony's height, there were 21 families on 1,200 acres. Years later, after the colony disbanded, Verona School No. 3 was established on the site of the former synagogue. When the colony started to fail, Martin Butzel of Detroit, a Jewish philanthropist, sent them a farm expert, Emanuel Woodick, a veteran of the Civil War. Woodick was an experienced agriculturist who had 25 years of successful farming. Woodick was living north of Detroit. His advancing years and his wife's illness compelled him to give up more active farming operations. He retired and bought a small farm near the village of Utica. It was an unfortunate coincidence during the 1890s there was a national economic panic and recession that lasted for over 5 years. Similar fate hit another colony in the Thumb, or Labora. The economic recession doomed the struggling Palestine Colony. Part 5: How the Northern Michigan Jewish Colony disbanded. Within 5 years about half of the original colonists had left. The Russians in the Michigan Jewish colony lacked the agricultural skills required to establish a homestead farm. Some sought out and established retail businesses. Some sold door to door. Their wagons were familiar sights on the roads in this section of the county for many years. One after another, the members of the colony gave up the struggle. Some of them sold their partly cleared land, others let it revert to the original owners. By 1906 only one of the original families remained. With the colony disbanded, one family stayed and worked the land. Some set up retail stores. Others moved on. Regardless, the Jewish colony made its mark in the Thumb region during its brief existence. Sources for the story of Michigan's Jewish colony of Palestine. An article from the Huron Daily Tribune. Found in the Caseville Historical Museum. Estimated to be from the 1940s. History page of Glimpses into American Jewish History, Jewish Agricultural Colonies in America by Dr. Yitzhak Levine. Images from the web page are from Thumbwind Productions, and other online sources such as Wikipedia. This concludes this week's story. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Thumbwind's End of the Road podcast. If you like this kind of tale, you are invited to subscribe. Just search for The End of the Road in Michigan from wherever you're listening from. Please watch for and download our next podcast and take a moment to give us a review. Have a great day.